We are all provisioned. We're all ready to go. Look at this freezer. Meat, fruit, meat, and then look at the fridge. It's all butter, milk, bread, cheese.
Creamers.
Oh, and creamers.
And creamers. And eggs.
I did not fill an entire bathroom with chips like I said I would, but I feel like I did second best because I did fill, I'm going to show,
Front.
I did fill an entire bunk, so this is Carter's bunk bed.
Yeah.
And the bottom whole shelf is LaCroix and chips.
Yeah. As well as my mirror closet has bars, pancake mix, mac and cheese, condiments, and like pretzels and stuff buried in the back.
And then this pantry.
Cans,
salsa, pasta, all of it. Oh, and show where all the milk is.
and I also have all my milk
Oh, and chicken
and
stock.
stock.
Yeah, that's packed.
Yeah. All my
Lots of
milk's
apples and bananas.
Getting ready to move for our first day before we head over to the Bahamas tomorrow. And it's always important to do a really good engine room check. This was one of the hose clamps that connects one of my cooling lines right before it goes out the exhaust. You can't just check oil and call it good. You got to look at everything. You got to really take your time and don't be in a hurry, because it's little stuff like that that can really, if that hose were to blow off, it could have flooded the engine room. Engine could have overheated. Any number of things. So we'll just replace that and keep on rolling.
Which is also why you always keep.
That's why I keep this big thing of hose clamps. Jolene gets mad at me for having so many hose clamps. I'm like, no.
I don't get mad at him for having so many hose
You don't like
clamps.
it when I buy them, though, and when I don't need
I
them.
just don't like that every time we go to West Marine, it's like
I grab
going to Costco.
Well, every time I go to West Marine, I grab another handful of hose clamps, right?
Yeah,
I'm like, I need 2, but I'll get 10.
it's literally like going to Costco. Like, we spend so much more money than we need to.
You don't even know how much I spent today there.
I don't want to know what you spent today. We are a family of 5 from Texas who sold everything to live full-time on our 1987 Marine Trader Tradewinds 47. We have 3 boys, Carter, Chase, and Caleb. We also have 2 cats aboard, Cheddar and Tiger. For 2 years, we have enjoyed cruising, exploring, beautiful sunsets, loads of family fun, and brotherly bonding. We also enjoy exploring the water, snorkeling, and diving. In the Florida Keys, the Bahamas, and who knows where to next. We want to say a special thank you to all of our patrons.
Good. Okay, so that cable we bought in the Bahamas was a cheap stainless steel. Yeah, there was no stainless steel in there. It's about as horrible as we can get. So hopefully it'll make it through the Bahamas. It doesn't break on me. It's going to get replaced because that's crap. Take those dinghy keys just in case. Don't want to get stranded. You hold that line too.
This one? Yeah.
Carter already put together the harness.
Will this one be heavier?
This one's heavier by like 15 pounds or 10 pounds. It's like almost the same. Go ahead and give me up till I get tension, Carter.
Okay.
Actually, hold on, I'm good. We gotta watch for balance because I may need to adjust the straps since it's the first time, okay, Carter?
I know. I also have to look up here and make sure the wire is getting in.
Okay, take your time. Just do a little bit at a time.
I know.
Go.
It looks good.
Those look good.
It good?
Yep.
Nice. Okay, gonna go all the way till you scream.
Go ahead and go about halfway.
Oh, beautiful.
Maybe
Look
not.
at that clearance. It's not gonna hit, is it?
The front, maybe. No, not yet. You may have to push down on the
Okay, still.
back. Yep, that's perfect. Just push down on the back.
Haha.
And
Can you grab that handle, pull it back?
we're going to the Bahamas.
Here we go.
Woo!
Just about 9 miles from shore. We're doing about 9 knots. We got about an hour left. You can see Bimini. We can see it, what, about 12, 13 miles out. It's been a nice crossing. It's been rough. The first hour was really rough coming out the reef. Then it just got calmer and calmer and calmer as we went. So, all in all, not a bad crossing. Not what we would like. We really spoiled ourselves the first time and the last time we went across the Gulf Stream because we went out in like dead calm flat. But it really wasn't even that uncomfortable once we got out of the reef and got in the Gulf Stream. So, pretty happy.
Chris and I would call a few of the conditions differently. It was not unsafe ever. It was 40 and bucking. For
The first
like
several hours were definitely bucking where we
the
were.
first 2 hours was 3s and 4s, but they were bucky 3s and 4s with some 6s in there. I just don't like that. It's not unsafe. I'm not going to cross a Gulf Stream like that. So the only saving grace was I knew we were in the reefs, and so when the deeper water comes up to the shallower water, it creates more of that condition, and then also we knew it was going to be calming down throughout the day. So it's actually looking really nice. There's just soft rollers now, which I still dislike this motion. Again, not unsafe, but I'm picky. I still would have preferred absolute glass calm water, but the Gulf Stream crossing number 3 almost done. We can see land. Land ho! slept for the first 2 hours.
True. So for you, it was probably like 12 hours, 14 hours.
Outside, thank you.
Filling in your quick to clear.
Yeah.
This is the immigration form that the marina gave us to fill out. We needed to fill out one per person. The captain of the ship walked over to immigration and customs to check in.
We're now back in the Bahamas for our second time. This time we're only going to be staying for about a month, but it's taken forever to get checked into customs, and now finally we're checked in.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Talking from Our Aft.
This week we crossed the Gulf Stream, and in the video we already talked about the conditions and how that went. Statistically wise, pause. I didn't get the stats.
Hold on. She's going to go get her stats. She wasn't ready.
I wasn't.
This is real, folks. This is what happens. You know why she's not ready?
Because I was waiting for you.
Because she was dealing with the kids. It's never my fault. Always the
Okay.
kids' fault.
So statistics. We crossed, it took us 62.3 nautical miles from Angel Creek to Bimini.
Angel Fish Creek, which is very north end of Key Largo, right next to
Ocean Reef.
Ocean Reef.
And we moved for 8 hours, but I'm going to say that's inaccurate. Our Garmin was not reset from that morning.
What time did we leave?
Well, we circled around waiting for our buddy boats for about an hour.
Was it an hour?
It was. So roughly 7 hours, 62.3 nautical miles, average 7.7 knots. Carter's putting together a chain right now. So that was our Gulf Stream crossing. And then to check into the Bahamas, we're going to do two parts. Real quick, I'll go through the COVID regulations. As of today, April 2022, you need a COVID PCR test at your local Walgreens or CVS. You can just make an appointment and show up. They will email you your results with negative tests. You just simply upload it to the Bahamas. It's a visa.
Travel visa, health visa.
Health visas.
They have a website. You create a profile. Each adult has to have their own profile, and then you put kids underneath one of the adults. It's for unvaccinated. You need a PCR test.
And 3 days.
And you have
day. You take your test. It's day 0.
And then 1, 2, 3 days.
And then you have 3 days to get to the Bahamas.
Yep, you got to be checked in with that. So if it's after that, they will not let you in. They're very strict about that.
And then the second half of checking in is...
And then there's, hold on, it's $60 per health visa. Our little two, they didn't charge because they were under a certain age. Was it 12 and under?
I don't know.
I think it's 12 and under. 13 and above.
Chris did that part.
So we had to pay $60 times 3. And then if you're vaccinated, they have some other tests you can take, and it's $40 per person instead of $60.
Yep.
So go figure. But that's what it is. Now we want to talk about...
And then we had paperwork filled out, but then when we got to the Bahamas, our dock master was like, no, you need to do it all online through Click to Clear.
So they've gotten rid of all the paper forms. You no longer have to fill out any paper forms except for the carbon. There's like,
which I showed a video. I panned that, so I showed that's your actual like hard copy visa.
The dock master, when you check in at Bimini, will give you those, and you fill them out and you take them. So there's two things: there's immigration, and then there's customs, and you have to go to immigration first, which is the health visas and those forms that Jolene filled out.
Sorry, we are getting internet, no data. We have no data.
Sorry, I told it to do this later. It didn't. Okay. So the immigration, you do that, and then you go to customs. Customs is where you get your cruising permit with your fishing permit, and where you make your declarations, like you declare you have a tender, you declare if you have a weapon, you declare if you have pets, all that kind of stuff is done at customs. The customs is now done through Click to Clear. So you go Click to Clear and you fill it out.
Online, clicktoclear.com.
No, just Google Click to Clear. It's not like .com. It's through the Bahamian government website or something. But it's called Click to Clear. It used to be just for freight and stuff coming in, clearing customs. Now it's all customs is through that, even people. And so, well, I guess customs isn't people. Customs is my vessel.
Yeah.
Immigration is my people.
Yeah.
Customs is my vessel and the stuff that I'm bringing in. And there's tabs on that. You go through tab 1, you fill it out, and tab 2, you fill it out. You go all the way through to the end, and then you hit verify. It tells you if you missed anything, and then if you didn't miss anything, you hit complete or submit or something. And then when that's done, you go back and you can search up your record and you can pay for it. Based on what you told it, it's $300 plus for us because we have a 5th person. That's up to 4 people. Because we had a 5th person, it was an extra $40, so it's $340. And then the
and that's your cruising permit and your fishing permit and all that other stuff.
Yep. So that's how that works now. There's no more paperwork to fill out. It's almost exclusively online, except for those little forms that they hand you when you get here.
So it would have been a lot easier had we done it in America, but we didn't know about it. So we had to quickly, while we were in the marina, we arrived at 4:30 p.m. And customs closed at 6 p.m. So with this super slow Wi-Fi, we
didn't make it.
Crawling through.
So what happens is we went to immigration. They said, "Oh, you need to go." The immigration officer's he's coming dock to dock and checking everybody in after hours. We ended up catching him over at customs. He had a line waiting, so we just got in line and did everything at customs in one spot, which at Bimini for us was a big game. So we did it all there. Where they get you, even though the office people were still there, they said, "Nope, you got to go see the after hours person." Well, now you're paying an after hours fee of $75 for them to come check you in.
And that's cash.
So, and that's cash. You got to pay it right there. And every single person was doing it. So, that was check-in. It really was actually pretty simple.
Yeah. Quick and simple. Once we got the online thing figured out, it took an hour to try to get that online with the slow internet. So do that before you go to the Bahamas.
Yeah, you can pre-fill all of that, and then when you get there, you can actually, even if you don't pay, as long as it's all pre-filled out and you have your number that they give you, you can go into the customs office, pay for it right there in front of them, and then you're done.
But hope you enjoyed this week's video. Next week, we're actually going to leave Bimini and cruise across the Great Bahama Bank and into the Berry Islands again. So make sure you come back for that. Hit subscribe, like, and share. And leave any comments.
Thanks for joining us. And always remember,
enjoy the journey.
That's what you do, Carter. What do you got here, bud?
Well.
Is that our new dinghy anchor?
Yes. This does not fit into the chain.
Oh.
And also it won't fit into the anchor either.
Hold this, Mom, right there so I can show them how to do it.
You go for it.
Yeah.
If you can do it.
So you take this, Carter. It goes through like this.
Oh. Well, still, that won't help you with the anchor.
We'll see here.
Oh, wait, yes.
Can I get that through there?
We won't even do that way. We'll go that way.
So that's going to be a pain, but we'll figure out how to do that.
We got rid of our old anchor, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, worst case, I can just connect it straight.
Zip ties.
Always something. We bought this stuff.
Ties.
We bought this stuff last minute as a quick little anchor thing, and of course the
Zip
pieces
ties.
don't fit together. All right, guys. See you next time.
Zip ties.
Make sure to watch us next Friday when we leave Bimini and we spend the night in the middle of the ocean, guided by some of our new friends.